The Russian authorities say a massive blaze in the Crimean port of Sevastopol has been caused by a drone strike. The city's Moscow-appointed governor says the attack was repelled, but a fuel tank has been hit. He says that firefighters had things under control. A video on social media shows smoke and flames billowing from an oil terminal. Sevastopol is on the Crimean Peninsula, which was annexed by Russia in 2014, and it's home to the main naval base for Moscow's Black Sea Fleet. Meanwhile, Ukraine is still reeling from a wave of Russian airstrikes on Friday, which killed at least 25 people, including children. And this was the scene in the central city of Uman, where a 9-story apartment building was hit. Rescue operations have been taking place there. And our correspondent Hugo Bachego is in Uman and gave me the latest.
This is the building that was hit yesterday, and as you can see, there's a lot of activity happening behind me. More than 30 hours after this attack happened, and a missile hit the top section of this block of flats after 4 o'clock in the morning, so residents were still sleeping here. The section collapsed, and some of the residents were trapped under the rubble. And the authorities here, the emergency workers, are saying that there's still a search and rescue operation underway. We've seen some families here this morning waiting to hear about their missing loved ones. Now, the authorities working here say that they still don't know how many people are still missing, but I think this gives you an idea of the scale of the destruction caused by this missile attack yesterday. Now, 23 people have been killed here, and just minutes ago the authorities confirmed that a 5th child was one of the victims. Now, this attack happened yesterday, and this morning the Ministry of Defense in the UK said that it was there was a realistic possibility that Russia was attempting to intercept Ukrainian reserve units and military supplies that have been provided by Western countries to Ukraine. And there is a military airfield on that direction here, so that perhaps was the target of this attack that was carried out yesterday here in this town. And obviously this is happening as the Ukrainians are preparing a counter-offensive to try to take back territory that's now under occupation. So perhaps this is an indication of how Russia is likely to respond to any Ukrainian advance.
Well, yes, and we were just seeing the pictures before we came to you of what's been going on in Sevastopol, that big plume of smoke going up into the sky and this fire at an oil field. Can you just tell us a bit more about what's been said about what happened there?
Yeah, and I think these are dramatic images, really, of this massive blaze at this oil depot in the port city of Sevastopol. Now, the Russian appointed governor is saying that this was caused by an enemy drone attack. He didn't say who was behind this attack, but obviously this is the peninsula that Russia invaded and annexed in 2014. The Ukrainians have vowed to retake it, and a number of explosions and attacks have happened in Crimea since Russia launched the full-scale invasion of Ukraine last year. So again, lots of questions there about what happened in Crimea. Firefighters have been sent to this oil depot there in the city of Sevastopol, and again the Russian appointed governor saying that this was the result of a drone attack.
Hugo Bachego for us there in Uman in Ukraine.